Coming up on Torrance Today, a couple of special proclamations were read at last night's City Council meeting. We'll show you the highlights. If you're looking for something fun this weekend, you might want to check out the Festival of Colors. And March is Women's History Month, and it holds a deep meaning for one of our council members. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Kirk Lyons. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, March 1st. I hope your week is running smoothly. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. The City Council met last night to conduct business. City leaders read a couple of proclamations, the first acknowledging a special week dedicated to the tens of thousands of trees that are here throughout Torrance, improving our quality of life.
Now, therefore, I, George Chen, as Mayor of City of Torrance, California, do hereby proclaim March 7th through 14th, 2023, as California Arbor Week in the City of Torrance, and urge all citizens to observe and celebrate the week by planting trees for our own benefit and for the benefit of future generations.
A single tree, just one tree, has the ability to provide essential services for life of all living things on our planet. According to the Arbor Day Foundation, in 1 year, a mature tree will absorb more than 48 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen in exchange. In this last storm cycle, Lewis and his team saw the loss of 52 trees. Parks, we lost 13 trees and 63 very large limbs. That means we lost the ability to sequester approximately 3,120 pounds of CO2 well into the future.
We're going to be celebrating Arbor Week March 11th, and we're going to be holding it in front of Torrance High, Carson El Prado. It's going to be held from 9 to 12. So please join us. Let's replenish some trees. We'll provide the trees, shovels, and everyone's welcome to come.
The city also has an Adopt a Tree program where residents can help plant new trees throughout our neighborhoods. To learn more, go to torranceca.gov/adoptatree. Another proclamation declared March as American Red Cross Month in the City of Torrance. City leaders urged all residents to show their support to our local chapter and representatives from the nonprofit. The American Red Cross was also honored at last night's meeting.
In the time that I've worked as the liaison of the local chapter serving the Long Beach and South Bay area, I have had the privilege of working with many faces here in this room this evening, and your service and commitment to the Red Cross mission has been unparalleled.
It's an honor to be able to serve City of Torrance and the residents here. And I want to thank the city and especially all of the residents of the City of Torrance who are volunteers with us, who work in those shelters, who respond to those disasters and go out to all the neighboring areas and have been doing all that great work.
And I'd also like to introduce Andrea Riley and Dan Thomas. They are pivotal volunteers in our chapter. Their title is Community Volunteer Leaders, and they've done a lot to help support me in my role and Dan in his role as chapter volunteers. So thank you both very much for supporting us in the City of Torrance in your roles.
Papa George's says Red Cross Month began 80 years ago when President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued the first national proclamation in an effort to encourage volunteerism and donations to the organization. Last year, the South Bay chapter of the organization responded to nearly 60 disasters, helping dozens of people in need, including those right here in Torrance. Council members also reviewed a number of administrative matters during last night's meeting, appropriating funds and authorizing the purchase order for 16 manual monitor defibrillators, approving Friendship City agreements with the cities of Hwaseong, South Korea, and Changhua and Tainan, Taiwan, and amending the Torrance Municipal Code to authorize the use of electronic and digital signatures for city business in accordance with California state law. Many more agenda items were covered at last night's City Council meeting. You can watch complete replays on our website, YouTube, and of course, right here on Torrance City Cable. Earlier this year, the Torrance City Council adopted an ordinance that addresses the ongoing challenges surrounding abandoned shopping carts. City leaders say they're not unique to Torrance, but can adversely affect businesses and lead to property damage in our community. Last month, the city sent letters to businesses that own 10 or more shopping carts to do their part and add proper signage onto their carts so they can be identified and returned if they get lost. Every community member can also help by calling 1-888-992-4778 to report abandoned shopping carts. And if you're looking for something unique to do this weekend, check out the Festival of Colors at the Nupur Academy, LA. Holi is the Hindu festival of colors that dates back to the 4th century. It celebrates the beginning of spring after a long winter, and it is symbolic of the triumph of good over evil. A ribbon-cutting ceremony will take place on Friday, March 3rd at 3 p.m., followed by the festival on Saturday the 4th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., featuring performances, Indian music, food, and plenty of colors. The Nupur Academy is located at 22803 Hawthorne Boulevard. Today is the first day of Women's History Month, and it holds a very special meaning for one of our council members.
Women have played an extraordinary role in the history of their countries and their communities. I encourage everyone to take the month of March to reflect and recognize how the efforts and the bravery of past generations continue to pave the way for females like myself and Council Member Lewis. And I would like to personally acknowledge and stand with the Iranian American community in Iran, in this room, and all women there who are standing strong for the simple rights that we take for granted and enjoy every day. I would like to personally acknowledge my sister-in-law in Iran, my niece in Iran, and just let them know that we're thinking of them as well.
Also in honor of Women's History Month, El Camino College wants to recognize outstanding women from our community on its 2023 Distinguished Women's Wall of Fame. Colleagues, family members, and friends can nominate someone, or people can even nominate themselves. Judges will look at the nominees' contributions to girls' or women's causes, or if they've been involved with some type of community service that aligns with this year's theme. This year, the college will celebrate women who tell our stories, highlighting women who are active in any form of media or storytelling. The nomination deadline is Wednesday, March 15th, and recipients will be honored at the Distinguished Women's event on Thursday, March 30th. The nominees' names will be engraved on a plaque that will remain on the Distinguished Women's Wall of Fame permanently. To nominate a woman you know, go to elcamino.edu. And the iconic Alpine Market at Alpine Village sold its last bratwurst and other German goods over the weekend. The small business, located near Torrance at 833 West Torrance Boulevard, closed its doors permanently after more than 50 years. The market was established in 1968 and known for its authentic European bakery, award-winning butcher shop, and its collection of hard-to-find German and European groceries. It was also a gathering spot for German expats and German Americans like my family. I grew up going to the market regularly and will miss it dearly. To its owners and staff, auf Wiedersehen und Dankeschön für alles. Still ahead, it's Worthy Wednesday, and our city has made yet another distinctive list. Find out which one when we come back in 60 seconds.
During high school, I hung with the wrong crowd and I never graduated.
I helped Santiago in many different ways, like all fathers do, because he always wanted to go to college.
I felt a little embarrassed to come back to school, but eventually, once I came here, I knew that it's for a bigger goal.
He was very dedicated, hardworking. He connected with his teachers, he connected with other students. That was one of the key reasons why he was able to keep forging ahead.
It was amazing to see him graduate. This was one thing that meant so much to him, and of course, it meant so much to us too.
With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed. That support is everything.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Worthy Wednesday, we got another bragging right thanks to a new list that places Torrance as one of the safest cities in America. Financial technology company Smart Asset looked at data from 200 of the largest cities in America, examining key metrics such as property crime, vehicular mortality rate, and violent crime. Torrance ranked number 15 ahead of other California cities, including Huntington Beach, Palmdale, and San Jose. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.